Hello and welcome back to this channel. This is Didsbury Art Studio and I'm Sally. And in today's video, I want to bring to you 9 different smocking designs. I've got currently 77 smocking patterns on my playlist, which you can access at any time. But there is one popular one that has 9 designs on it that I've done previously. I'll link it down below. It's probably one that you're going to want to have a look at along with the one today. So shall we get straight into the video? Okay then, this is the arrow pattern design. I'm doing a mini arrow pattern. So I've done it on 1/2 inch squares. I've used a black friction pen and a red friction pen, and hopefully you can see that design. I've left a bit of a gap all the way around my fabric, and today I'm using this beautiful satin fabric, which again the colour is a kind of dusky pink, which hopefully you will like. I put a knot at the other end of my upholstery thread. I'm using a very thin sharp needle because I want it to be working well and going through the fabric with ease. So I'm going to go to the top of my first little design, top right, a very small stitch, and the knot is hopefully going to hold. Yes, it is. And then we are going to do a very small stitch in the point there, and then we're going to go back up to the top left over here like so. And then we're going to give it a little pull, and where that fabric just pinches in, I'd like us to just pop a little stitch, if I can, through there and through the loop. And then I'm going to just tie a little knot just to secure it. And then I'm going to jump down to the next level. So I'm going to be doing a row going all the way down. So I'm going to jump over here, top right, and we're going to leave this thread loose, but I am going to just add another little stitch in right there. And hopefully that will help us out. There we go. And then we head back to the point over here, very small stitch, and up to the top left. Again, pinch the fabric in, pop a little stitch through those 3 bits of fabric, needle through the loop, give it a little tug, tie a knot. So that is the front, that's one row done, and that's what it currently looks like on that side. Next row, top to bottom. 2 rows done. Right now, this is what it looks like. The arrow is actually upside down as I'm working, and we can just spread those out later and it will come to life, I promise you. Okay people, I've just finished, and it looks like this. So you just flip it around and there we go. How cute is that? So I just need to obviously get rid of the pen marks, and then I'll show you again. I've steamed off the pen, and that's what we've got. Oh my goodness, honestly, I would definitely have that on a top. I think that is adorable. Alrighty, this is the next design that we're going to be doing. We're going to start down here, small stitch, up top, across, up to the top, and then we're going to pull. Pop a stitch through the fabric, take your needle through the loop, give it a little pull, pop a knot in, like so. Okay, next up I'm going to go to the right hand side of that, over to this design here. So obviously we're working on the wrong side of the fabric where the design is, and then when we flip it over later, that will be the design that we're looking for. So effectively use the wrong side of your fabric facing up, please. It is a lovely sunny day this morning. Wow. Okay then, I'm going to pull this up and then I'm going to pop a stitch through there. This one shouldn't take too long actually, because there's not many patterns on here with it being such a small piece of fabric. There we go. I'm effectively just going to be working down, and then I'll pop back up to this side and down again. Okay, that is half of the design done there. Like this. 2 designs there done. What I've done is I've really super pinched out those middle bits there, which really will help us when we go to this side. So you can see the hearts appearing here, here, upside down there. These 2, if I had another square that I could have finished that off with and had the space, you would have had exactly the same down here, but I would have needed a bigger square. There you go. Okay, the next design that we're going to be doing is the ripples design, and it looks like this. It's spread over the 2 inches. You can see 2 boxes used there, and then it's going to look like this on my fabric. So I've squeezed in 1, 2, 3, 4. This next one, what we're going to do is we're going to take a small stitch up top, then we are going to go to the middle, tiny little stitch, and then over to the bottom left of that 2-inch square, and then we're going to pull that in, pop a little stitch through those bits of fabric, through the loop, tie a knot. Okay, this is the ripples pattern, and what we can do is we can jump down to the next one. Again, we're going to do a small stitch like that, leave a little bit of slack, go over where you came up, and then you go to the middle of the 2-inch square, and then over to the bottom left, and you get the gist. 3 bits of fabric, through the loop, tie a knot. Okay, so I am going to crack on with that. We go down and then we go back up to the top and just complete it in that order. Okay, we've got 2 rows done. That's what it looks like on the back. 1 more row to do, and that's what it's looking like at the moment. How pretty is that? That's all 3 rows done, and that's what it looks like. That is beautiful, isn't it? Imagine that with more fabric, but yeah, that is stunning. This is the next one we're going to do. It's called the bones pattern or lozenge. And then over there on the fabric. What we're going to do here is we're going to take a small stitch at the top of the square there, down to the bottom. Pull the fabrics together, so you just pull in the thread, match up the lines, and give yourself just a little stitch through both of those bits of fabrics. I always do a knot just because I want to ensure it's not going to come undone. There we go. And then what I do is I just jump down to the next one. So you're going to do kind of a vertical row, back to the top and down, and complete the rest. I just put 2 stitches in there just so that it's not going to pull. I want that to be left slack. And then on the diagonals, that's where we're going to be stitching the diagonal lines, that is, that I've drawn out. So I'm going to crack on with this and then show you the results. You just finished that, you flip it over and kind of separate it out, and there's your bones smocking. So that's it without the pen. The back looked like that. So just separate it out like that. How lovely. This is the next design we're going to be doing. Looks like this, and it's called Pyramid Point Design, or I've called it that. For this design, what we're going to do is we're going to start up here at the top left, and we're going to follow the diagonal. Pinch that in. Then another little stitch through the loop, tie a knot, and then we're going to jump down to the next row and do the whole of this column. And then you jump down to the next row, and every time you do that on a straight, you want to leave that thread straight. So I'm just going to pop another little stitch in there to stabilize that. We don't want that pulling. And then on the diagonal, this is where we do a very small stitch and then gather it in. So I'm going to go all the way down, and then I'm going to jump back up to the top and work my, sort of snake my way down, up and down, up and down. And I'll give you a little progress report in a bit. Two rows. So there we go, that's how it looks. All I've done there is I've just pinched the middle bits and I kind of spike up a little bit, but that is beautiful, isn't it? Love that. And just for those of you that are curious, that's what the back looks like. Okay, for the next one, I'm going to be doing this Brickwork smocking, which is going to end up as a bow tie. So I'll show you what to do, but that is the actual design. And then over to here, that's what it looks like on the fabric. Right then, I am going to start at the bottom left. We're going to take a very small stitch like so. Going to pull it over to the middle, a tiny little stitch. Once again, I'm using upholstery thread here just to remind you that it is a very strong thread and it's not going to snap on you. It's a very safe option. Take your needle through through the loop, tie a knot. Up to the top left. So I'm just following the diagonal lines and pull that in. Pinch the fabric, pop a little stitch through there. Take my needle through the loop, put a knot there, and we are going to head straight up. So on the straights, the verticals, one stitch. I'm also going to stabilize it with a second stitch just right there in the middle, and then I am going to head down to the bottom of this square here. Then we're going to pull the fabric in, pop a stitch, needle through the loop, and then we're going to head up, across the diagonals. So on diagonals, we're going to pinch the fabric in, needle through the loop, and tie a knot straight up. Okay, so I'm going to finish off that row, and then I'm going to come down to the bottom, do the next column, and the next one. Progress report, 2 rows done. Just going to flip that over, and you can see the brickwork starting to develop, and then later we'll be just pinching those in to make a little bow tie. So I'll just finish the rest off. Okay then, so those are the little brickwork smocking patterns, and that's really lovely as it is actually, and I'm torn between going to steam off and iron the brickwork flat, but I think if I'm going to do the bow tie I need to iron it flat, but that is just as gorgeous design to have if you didn't want to do the bow tie smocking as well. After it's been ironed, all we're going to do now is you just pinch the middle of each of the bricks, and I've just changed my thread colour to more of a dusky pink, and I'm just going to put a couple of stitches through the middle. Now the other thing that you can do if you want to is you can add like a little bead or something, a couple of beads maybe in the middle. Right now I've not decided what I'm doing, so I'll let you know in a minute. So that's one done, and then we'll just do the rest. We have it. Now I could do some little bows just on the side here where they're unfinished, the brickwork, but I quite like it with the mixture actually, just to see where the bows have come from. But there we go, and that's what that looked like. Okay then, we got Twisty square design. That's me just giving it some sort of name like that, little diamonds, and then that's what it looks like on the fabric. To begin with, I'm going to start over here on the left, and then up to the middle. Always tiny stitch, and then up to the top, and then I'm going to pull the threads, bring all the fabrics together and pop a stitch through the top, so just a small stitch. Pop a knot. I'm actually going to cut it off there, and then next up we are going to move across to the diamond shape, And I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to do a small stitch up to the middle left, up to the top, over to the middle. It's looking like that. And then I'm going to head back to where I began. Give that a little tug. Pop a stitch through the top there, through the loop. I'm just going to pop another little knot over the top, like so. And then I'm going to cut that off. And next we're going to, I'll just pop another knot in. Next I'm going to just jump up to the diamond up here. So, and I am going to be traversing kind of across and up, and then I will come back down over here and go doosh, 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 that way. Okay, so I will show in a bit halfway through. That is halfway through. That's what it looks like obviously on the back, and this is what it looks like on the front so far. So don't worry, once it's looking like this, this is kind of the starting point of where we twist the designs. So that's halfway through. I'll just get the rest done and then I'll show you what to do. I've finished all the sewing, and now you just need to push through any little areas like that. It's not that many there. Right through. Okay, and then you've got these like little diamonds which you need to twist. So I've just twisted them all around there. That's what this smocking piece is looking like. Rather fab. Alrighty, so this is the design. You've got, I'm using 2 inches large cross with 1 gap in between, just 1 inch in between. And I've actually taken the design right down here, and I probably shouldn't have done so, but I probably will try to sew those bits and we'll see how that comes out. So I'm just going to start at the bottom right here. And we're going to head all the way around this 2-inch square. I'm just using my needle in the direction that I want to go. Obviously, just keep pointing it where you're heading. There we go. All right then, and then I am going to just pull that in. Give it a bit of a wriggle around. There we go. And then I'm just going to pop a little stitch in there. I'm going to take my needle through the loop. And that is all you are going to do. So I'm heading down, and once again, we're going to go around the square. I'm also going to try and do this one down here. Not sure how that's going to come out, as I said, because it's going to be very close to the edge. We shall see. So I'm going to go down, up to the top, down, up to the top, and down. Okay, so that's the back of the work. That's the front at the minute. So what we want to do is make sure that all of the little petals, so you're just going to push those through, are showing on the back. So I'm just going to push that through. Okay, so I've pinched them all through on this side as far as I know. It's a little bit damp because I've steamed it, and that is the side that I am interested in. So I've got these like big diamonds because we've used a 2-inch grid. So there we go. Wow, look how much that one shrunk as a 2-inch grid piece compared to the rest. One more to do. This one, the last one, is called the box design, and we've got a 1-inch grid. I've put crosses every 3, so we've got 2 gaps, and then on the 3rd I put a cross, and exactly the same all the way down. Same on the fabric. And to be fair, this is not going to be that dissimilar to the other one. So you just go around the actual square with your thread, and we are going to do this on all the X's. Back to the start there. There we go. And then you just give it a little bit of a helping hand there. And then you've got a kind of petal shape, and you just want to pinch your fabric, pop a little stitch through, and there we go. Now, all we want to do is, oops, just pop a knot, do every single one exactly like that. So you would just have the petals, just force those out a little bit like that. And you're going to do all of them. Okay, so that's the back. I've just pinched out all the fabric, and then that's what it looks like on that side. So you've got the little boxes in there, like so. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. You learnt something new, and that it's going to be 9 possibilities of patterns that you can include in your own work. All I ask, I bring you free content every week, and I just ask that you hit that thumbs up, that like button, or you can share the channel with somebody you know that this might be of interest to them, or please do hit the subscribe button. All of these things will help this channel grow. All right then, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.